Before that, the emperor kind of had influence who the pope was. And this is where you get this like subversion. And that's where I personally would say the Roman Catholic big R, big C church starts. That's controversial. Roman Catholics don't like that I say that. But that's when you start to get this idea of a papal primacy and the magisterium as this concrete body. The East is not on board with that.
At all.
No, well, they just don't care. They don't think that the Bishop of Rome has any more or less authority than any of the other bishops. So they have the patriarchs, and they have that kind of set up.
Which do you think is most similar to the earliest forms of Christianity? Because was there a pope in the earliest forms of Christianity?
Well, there was so bishops are like the
like
leaders
one
of the
singular
church.
bishop? Was there? He was just the guy, or is that kind of like an invention of like?
Well, the bishops are like
corrupt man.
like leaders within the church. So Paul outlines this like hierarchy of
he won't give it to me,
presbyteros.
huh? He won't give it.
He
to me.
doesn't get it yet.
Of course not.
Guys hanging out in Turkey, at the source. You keep going to the source. You're not going back to Rome, my boy.
I know,
because you know where
I crossed
the
the
truth is.
Tiber and I took apart my boat and I made a pulpit and I started preaching the other side.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, so at the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD.
If you had to make the argument, for the Orthodox Church being the closest church for,
He's not going to let
could
this
you
go.
do it? If you had to do it to save humanity, what would you?